hold an event.
All right, here we are at Wade's basement again, doing bolt action again. Excellent. We've got Wade and I are going to be fighting against one another, but we'll be ably assisted by Andrew B. and Ross as the advisors. It'll be the officers, so they'll have the maps upside down and all that, right? There you go. I think I'm the only non-officer in the room. So we're playing 1,000 points again. We're doing the mission meeting engagement. The table's a bit rearranged, but I think the lists are pretty much the same. Wade, why don't you go through what you've got over yonder?
So I have a first lieutenant, or lieutenant, American,
that's
by
true.
the Air Fort Observer. I have a two identical sections of 6 dudes, basically squad leaders with an SMG, machine gun crew, and 3 riflemen each. 57mm anti-tank gun. Mortar with Observer.
The Medal of Honor guys that destroyed an entire unit of one of my dudes.
And I have a regular Sherman, what do you call it, bazooka team, and a Pathfinder section of 6 guys.
What does a Pathfinder section do? They get
just a lot of SMGs.
A lot of SMGs. So it's like a pioneer for me.
Kind of.
Excellent. I have very similar list to last time, 2 weeks ago, except for it's painted. So I'm running Germans. This is a unit of veteran Grenadiers with 2 MG34s. Unit of 10 regular Grenadiers. These have 2 SMGs, 2 Panzerfausts, and an MG34 and a half-track. I've got another unit of Grenadiers, this time no MG34, but still with 2 SMGs and 2 Panzerfausts and a half-track. In reserves, I got my Panzer IV. It's Panzer IV-G, because we're playing late war. And I've got my my scout car here that was shot down a plane last time. I've got my HQ section here, and I've got a mortar and an observer. And like I said, the only thing in reserves is the Panzer IV. And in this mission, we come in on waves. So whoever pulls first, or do we actually, whoever pulls first, the entire wave comes on? Or do we still do it like...
I think it's 1 dice at a time.
It's still 1 dice at a time. Okay. And I think the only orders we can give is run or advance, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, here we are, and we'll see what's what. All right, so turn 1. Not too eventful. We just advanced... That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. It's only turn 1. Nothing much happened. Everybody just advanced. They're 12. I perhaps foolishly moved my recce armored car up 24 inches, took some pot shots, missed, and then he ran his 57mm up. So hopefully I get to go first. Otherwise I lose. Otherwise I lose that. So we'll see what turn 2 brings to the table. How does reserves work now?
They come on the same as normal, so you can pull a dice, then they got to pass an orders check.
An orders check.
-1 for your guys and a par for mine.
So you have to assign a dice to
It's
the
an American
unit?
comms thing.
It's American comms? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, cool. It's just my Panzer IV is off board, so obviously you're not going to bring your Sherman on until my Panzer IV is on, so anyways. All right.
Probably.
All right, Wade.
Don't
He
get
was
excited.
supposed to go, but
His issue...
The Army guys are talking Army.
Sent to the staff college for me to take, and then the CO of the staff college sent an RCR because we had a CO was RCR.
Was that when Scott was, or was it Rob Walker?
Rob Walker. It was a fucking
All right, Wade,
Ran
turn
into
2.
fantastic.
Get us through it because quite a lot of things happened here.
Okay, turn 2, Americans. Big thing is we advanced the tank on, took an HE shot at the infantry in the building. We hit them, got a pin. In fact, we got to fix the pins because they get more than what they got. But but no casualties at all.
Thankfully.
My 57mm anti-tank gun has been under mortar adjustment. It's been got shot at by 2 Hanamags.
Yep.
Only 1 guy is killed still, but we got 4 pins. My mortars luckily took out the other mortar fire controller.
Yeah.
Which makes the mortar mission that he had on me not sustainable this time, so it was a big relief there. I moved my bazooka team on, so hopefully get shots on next turn, and I held back my air attack for future because I don't have line of sight onto his tank from my observer. And my other fellows just kind of moved into a position to basically stay out of all the machine gun fire that's coming at them.
Yeah, thinking buildings were as safe as they were in Flames of War, and now I realize they aren't, so I have to get your Sherman real quick. I advanced this Hanomag up first, shot, then leapfrogged the other one in front of it to take the shots at the 57 millimeter. This guy ran on just to cause Tiger fear to a couple of units, but he had his CO nearby. I was able to pass an order with the veterans, get rid of their pin markers there. What you failed to mention was that at the very beginning of turn 2, the air came in and took out my recce vehicle, so payback from last game. So that is turn 2. I'm down a unit, so we'll see if I can pick it up here on turn 3. All right, Wade, turn 4 as it turns out.
So,
What are you doing over there? Like, all the dice? What am I doing?
so
Yep.
turn 4 for the Americans
commando.
was quite good. My tank
Yeah.
decided to shoot at your tank, and immobilized him, and
Yep.
got immobilized himself.
Yep, tank duel.
Tank duel. My infantry section here is down to 2 dudes. They took a lot of machine guns from this infantry section here, and they've done their test to remain in combat, but they're almost combat ineffective at this point. Bazooka took a shot at your Hanomags without any success. This unit here is still in ambush for the start of the next turn.
So you leave it there.
57 still hasn't passed. Again, tried to engage your Hanomags and failed his test, even with the commander next door. The mortar tried to adjust fire into the building up here. So far no effect. And my forward air controller moved over here to try to get eyes onto some of these vehicles to get air on, and my Pathfinder section is basically running up the side. Trying to flank you guys here.
Because my observer was killed, I moved my mortar team. Like you mentioned, I moved my Hanomags up to machine gun that section there and that section over there. And hilariously, I gave an advance order to this team on the lower floor here. I rolled double 6s and then rolled on the chart, rolled a 1, which means friendly fire. So the 2 Panzerfausts shot into the flank of this Panzer IV that's literally like 2 millimeters away and needing 3s to hit, and he rolled double 1s. So while my Panzer's still alive, he still used up 2 Panzerfausts because they're one-shot weapons. The team up top, because it had 3 pin markers, I rallied those out. And that's about it. So here we go into turn 5.
All right. So just go across the way. These guys didn't do anything. They were in an ambush. They didn't get a target, so they just waited out their turn. The tank fired at your tank, did not hit it. And the machine guns fired up here, though, and had, what did we get?
3 kills.
3 kills with machine guns on the guys inside the building. He moved, and he still has his plus. So he successfully passed 1 test, but he just moved into position and is waiting now after his run order to basically engage next turn.
Yeah.
Command team just moved to the top of the hill to hopefully engage these guys here. The air called, the only target he had for turn 6 is basically that infantry section over there, so the air has been called in on those guys. Mortars, mortars had a very successful mission where they went through the roof, through the first floor, rather, onto the ground floor and hit those guys, causing 2 casualties or 3 casualties?
Yeah, causing a couple. Yeah.
And pins. And my Pathfinder platoon kind of snuck up the flank a little bit, shot up into here, and I think they also caused 2 casualties in a pin.
Yeah, so I lost a bunch of dudes there.
Yeah.
On my turn, I machine gunned the hell out of those dudes. I caused a bunch of pins, but really it took everything to kill them. And then the remainder, you had a bazooka team that had popped up behind that ridge there. I finished them off with these lads. My tank did nothing to his. I got an 8. Yeah, I got an 8 and I needed a 9. My mortar team ranged in on his FAC.
It didn't range in.
Or no, but that's where
His
his range.
picked
That's
his
where his
spot.
spot is. And these lads up here got some payback on the Medal of Honor mortar section because last game it's this squad that assaulted them and all died. So we get some payback, and hopefully this turn we can finish them off. So let's go to the last turn here and see what's what. All right, Wade, turn 6.
Turn 6, tank got destroyed. Or
Yes.
was that turn 5? I can't remember now.
Uh,
My anti-tank gun had no effect on your tank.
yes. That's the way I like it.
The commander got shot up by Hanamags, losing his platoon sergeant and his signaler. My air did not come in, so you guys continued to live.
And my mortar didn't range in on him.
Mortar didn't range in. My mortar only needed a 2 to hit, but rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Because it was catastrophic for sure.
Yeah.
Needed a 2. These guys did shoot up your section on top and again caused another casualty, another pin, which ended up being fortuitous later.
Yeah, because I couldn't shoot.
Because you failed your test because they had just enough pins to do that.
Yep.
And these guys just ran up into the woods because if they had been a turn 7 and they could have gone first, they could have assaulted those guys or shot them up.
Yeah.
So,
And for me, because of you moved those guys up, I reversed this half track back, and the what is it, a 1918 LMG that these guys have, whatever, the HMG or the LMG rather, was within my 45-degree arc. So I shot and actually rolled the 6 needed to actually kill them MG'er. Like he mentioned, I MG'd up his command section. This is a giant fail over here. They wanted to exact more payback on the Medal of Honor mortar team, but because the Pathfinders had inflicted enough pins on him, I couldn't do anything. Similarly, these guys up here wanted to, once I'd machine gun enough of his HQ section, which was on ambush, I figured, oh, there's only one guy, so my plan was to move them up to the front of this forest and then shoot the lone dude. But with one pin marker, and I was just 6.01 inches away from that guy to not benefit from him, and I didn't pass my test. So that's how the game ended.
it ends as a victory for you because I took out 1 unit, your recce vehicle, and you took out 3 of mine. So victory conditions for this, you have to be +2 to win. Anything less than a +2 result is a tie.
It's a tie, yeah.
So you are +2.
And we determined also that, remember when we were talking about how with the friendly fire, he needed 3s to hit the side of armor with my Panzerfausts. Because of point blank range, he actually only needed 2s up, and he rolled the double 1. So
It's a talent.
yeah, it's just that's just unbelievable. That was a good game. Again,
A lot of rules.
you changed your list somewhat with smaller sections. How did that? You had more dice in the bag.
Actually, I only had 1 more die, and I took a Pathfinder section for more SMGs, and I thought I'd get them up somewhere, but they ended up just shooting like a normal rifle section. I probably would have been better just to take a rifle section with a machine gun and have longer range and more effect.
Well, and I think that's because you didn't, because you had to cross this gap. Like, I was able to quickly take this building.
I needed to get into we both raced for the building.
Yeah, we did, and I got
you
lucky
it.
with
Yeah,
my
so.
snap too. Because otherwise, it would have been the same thing. You would have been in here, and there's no way I would have gone in, because crossing the street was going to be murder for you.
Yeah.
So I just think you just couldn't take advantage of it, really.
Yeah.
Me, I did almost no changes to my list, except for I just painted it. I did rearrange a couple guys here and there from my previous list. So there's an HMG where there wasn't before. I'm happy with it. The Panzer IV, I don't know, just one shot, but boy, when it hits.
Yeah.
What did you guys think, the spectators?
Cool.
It's cool. It's
You,
very cool.
you guys are both doing British, is that right? No, Canadians?
I'm doing Canadians, which are effectively
Don't know yet.
Commandos.
Commandos? Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
USMC maybe?
What's that?
And USMC maybe?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's good. I like the mechanic. I
okay.
think it's good. It's a solid.
Yeah, no, me too.
Solid game system. I like.
I still got to get the nuances of doing this affects that, and
Yeah.
Well, that's just going to come with playing the game too, because
Yeah.
this is my 3rd game, your 2nd, and
yeah.
we're constantly in the rule book looking up little what if or what maybe.
Yeah,
this, maybe
we'll
that.
get those nuances down. Cool, well, thanks for hosting us. That was a good game. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.